Hi friends, thank you so much for being here with me today. Today I have such a fun flow. This class is very spicy, so it's not for the faint of heart. If you are willing to learn and you're willing to turn up your practice a notch, then this class is for you. We're gonna have the opportunity for forearm balance, for handstands, planks, wheel, you name it, you've got your opportunity here. If you like practices like this, please subscribe to my channel and share it with a friend so that we could practice together more often. And if you'd like to come on a yoga retreat with me, which I host all over the world, or dive deeper into your practice through a training, check me out on my website at jrockyoga.com. And I'm also very active on Instagram at jrockyoga. Say hi, come chat. If you have any questions, I'll be there. Let's get to it. I'll see you on the other side. Let's get started today laying down on our backs. So make your way down any way that works for you. We'll get started in a peaceful Savasana position. I actually might get started today with my feet wide and my knees resting in upon one another. So if that sounds good to you, you can join me. Otherwise, you can fully extend your legs. Allow your palms to flip up in a receptive mudra. And allow your body for just this moment to drop. You have nowhere to be, nowhere to go. Just right here, just right now. In your presence is your power. Today we will not give away our presence to what has already been finished. And today we will not give away our presence to what has not come to pass yet. Today we will breathe and we will move in our asana and our pranayama practice right here and right now. We'll access our true power, our true knowing, with hopes that we get closer to our soul. Take a nice deep breath in. Open your mouth. And then take your arms up over your head. Bring your legs long if they were bent. Big stretch like the first one in the morning. Start to bring one knee into your chest and then bring the other knee in. Give yourself big hug, big love. And then send your legs straight up toward the sky. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, knit your low ribs down. Send your tailbone to the front of your mat. And then place your hands behind your head to support your neck. Take an inhale, look up. And as you exhale, your right leg goes down nice and long, spread your toes, and your right elbow reaches for the outer left knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch. Little core to start, inhale, center. Exhale, switch. I'm feeling spicy today. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch. Really keep pulling your low ribs down and switch. And switch. Let's go for 5, 4, don't rush it. 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. Both legs up, spread your toes, reach your arms up, lift your shoulders a little higher, knit your low ribs down. Curl your belly button down and in towards your pubic bone. Take an inhale, and exhale, pulse up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 10. 9, you can do it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees into your chest. Whoo, hard to talk and do those. Take a couple circles with your knees. Maybe you grab onto your shins and knees, open them outward, and then draw them in. Big inhale, cleansing exhale. Hug your knees in, and then start to rock and roll up and back on your spine. Find a little playful massage. And when you get enough momentum, cross your ankles and roll back onto all fours. Find your hands underneath your shoulders and your hips right above your knees. As you inhale, drip your belly down toward the mat. Scoop your heart forward. Maybe you look up if your neck allows. And as you exhale, curl and round your tailbone. Imagine your forehead wants to meet your pelvic floor and press the ground away. Hollow, hollow, hollow. Inhale, untuck your tailbone, gaze forward, drip your belly down. Exhale, round. Inhale opens your front body. And your exhale will open your back body. Start to make these yours. Go at the very pace of your breath. So with each inhale, you find some openness. And with each exhale, you find your back spreading open and your front closing down. Really turning on your intuition here early in your practice, getting to know the lengths of your breath. And if you want to add on by putting your head and neck into it, if you want to sway your hips from left to right as you kind of move through your cat and cow variation, maybe you bend into your elbows. Don't worry about what it looks like. Like, at least for me, no one's here, no one's watching me. And maybe for you, same. So you might want to close your eyes and just feel into where can you add on to your cat and your cow. Does it feel good to roll your neck? Does it feel good to bend the elbows? Where can you get a little bit more animalistic, a little bit more primal? And go there. We're going to add on walking your hands just a little bit forward and just sink your sitting bones back towards your heels. For a moment, pause in your child's pose and know that child's pose is always available to you at any time. If you need a moment to rest, recollect, come back, this pose is here for you. On your next inhale, grip into your finger pads, round all the way up. Drip your hips toward the mat. Feet are wide, and then lift your heart up. So it's kind of like a cobra variation. And as you exhale, press into your hands, round through your upper back, press back, child's pose. Inhale, right back forward, allowing your hips to drip, unfurling. Last thing to lift is the crown of your head and your gaze. Exhale, press into your hands, round, hollow your belly, child's pose. A few more, your own breath. Inhale, coming forward, cobra variation. Maybe you bend the elbows a little bit to go in deeper. Exhale, round and sit back. Make it yours. This is a dance with your breath. This is a little bit more of a quicker moving practice. And so I'm going to let you take the wheel. Get to know your body, your breath, your movement. Next time you come forward, pause. Bend into your elbows, shoot your heart through your arms, and lift the center of your heart up like it's coming through your chin. As you exhale, tuck your toes, glide up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, long breath out. And first downward facing dog of our practice, you can start to wiggle out the hips, bend your knees, sway your head, yes and no. Making this yours right away. Getting out any little movements that your body is speaking to you. When you return to your downward facing dog, pause, check in with your foundation, grip into your fingers, root down into your first and thumb knuckle, and then press your hands away. Root down into the ball mounds of your feet. Gentle bend at the knees. It could be a micro bend, and tilt your tailbone up, finding length. Breath in. And breath out. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, press off of your tippy toes, round forward to a nice strong high plank. And as you exhale, continue scooping your heart forward, lower chaturanga all the way down to your belly. Beautiful. Untuck your toes. Open your hands wide, tent onto your fingertips. Inhale, wide cobra. Exhale, release chin to mat. Inhale, wide cobra. Exhale, release. One more like this. Inhale, wide cobra. Exhale, release. Hands underneath your shoulders or in line with the rib cage. Inhale, full cobra. Maybe upward facing dog, lifting your hips and thighs. Downward facing dog, exhale. Big breath in. Long breath out. Inhale from tail all the way out the crown of your head. Exhale, crown of head to tail. On your next inhale, come up to your tippy toes. Look between your hands and start to tippy toe your feet up to your hands. The closer your feet get to your hands, the more weight there is in the wrists and the fingers, so grip in, press the ground away. And when you get there, fold. Halfway lift, breathe in, scoop your heart forward. Fold, exhale. Grab onto opposite elbows. Separate your feet about hip width if they're not there already, and bow forward even more. Taking a gentle sway left and right. Maybe you bend the knees and you straighten them. Our first fold, right? So we don't expect it to be the deepest or the most flexible. We're just exploring, getting curious about our body. If your body calls for a certain type of movement, go there, see how it feels, see why it might need that. Releasing your hands down toward the mat, bend into your knees and press into your feet as you roll one vertebrae at a time all the way up to stand. When you get there, reach your arms up over your head, big stretch. Lift from the bottom of your rib cage, look up at your thumbs. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, hands to heart center, eyes closed if that feels safe to you. Allow this moment here and now to be still, to be peaceful. And within that stillness, welcome in an intention for your practice. Just for the next few moments we spend together, what is it that you would like to welcome into your mind, your heart, and your soul? When it comes to you, take a deep breath in and a grounding breath out, bringing your intention into your physical body. Slowly releasing our hands down at our sides. You could bring your big toes to touch if that feels all right for you. And as you inhale, let's flow. Sweep your arms up over your head, big stretch. Exhale, dive your heart forward, gentle bend at your knees, fold. Halfway lift, breathe in, look up. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to high plank, and lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause for a moment and breathe in. And breathe out. Another inhale. Another exhale. On your next inhale, come up onto your tippy toes, look between your hands, bend into your knees, and hop. Feet to hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand, reach your arms up over your head, big stretch. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway lift, breathe in, back of heart, pulls through front of heart. Chaturanga, plant your hands, step back, and lower down. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Come right back to your breath in, and right back to your breath out. Inhale, pressing hands through the mat. Exhale, pressing feet through the mat. As you inhale, come up onto your tippy toes, gaze is forward, bend your knees. Step or float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, dive forward and fold. Halfway lift, inhale, long spine. Chaturanga, exhale, plant your hands and lower down. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Come back to your breath and set your gaze. If your gaze is darting around, find one spot to look at. Your drishti will settle your thoughts, settle your mind. On your next inhale, come up onto your tippy toes. Gazes forward, bend your knees. Float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand, reach up. Hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Take a breath in here. And a breath out. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up over your head, big stretch. And as you exhale, bow forward and fold. As you inhale, scoop your heart forward, lengthen. And this time, as you exhale, maybe you plant your hands, hop into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And long breath out. Inhale fully. And exhale. On your next inhale, come up to your tippy toes, and this time as you exhale, bend deeply into your knees and send them wide. So we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to take a few hops toward the top of our mat, and they're going to be leapfrogs. We can just, if you have a handstand practice and you catch a hover, go ahead and go for that. Otherwise, it's just more for endurance and to get the shoulders used to having the hips up over them. Option 1, take an inhale, and exhale, you just straighten your legs. Option 2, just kiss the heels with your bum. Little baby hop. Option 3, you take full hops trying to get your hips right up over the back of your neck. We'll take about 3 and we'll land in a forward fold. Inhale. Prepare. If you can hold, take every hold. And we meet in a fold at the top of our mat. Good work. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, exhale. Chair pose, bend your knees, sit down. Ooh, are we feeling spicy today? I am feeling spicy. Reach your arms out in front of you, send your tailbone way, way back. Weight is in your heels. Keep sending your tailbone back all the way until you sit down. Whew. Walk your feet out a little bit farther in front of you. Take an inhale to lift, and as you exhale, lower. Lower like you're on a broken elevator, and someone's pulling you, and they're like, no, please don't go all the way down. And then when you get all the way down, hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a big hug and a big squeeze. Now, take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift your shoulders and your neck. So find a little bit of a hollow body shape. Send your legs out in front of you, reach your arms, palms up. Spread your toes. Beautiful. Think about tucking your low ribs down and in for 10, 9, hollow body, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, you got this, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees into your chest, rock and roll, up and back. Up and back. When you get enough momentum, plant your hands, step or float, chaturanga. Inhale upward. Exhale downward. Big breath in when you get there. Open your mouth, sigh it out. As you inhale, lift your right leg all the way up toward the sky. As you exhale, bend your right knee, rotate your hips open. You can drop your left forearm down if that feels good and you want a little bit more spice. Take another inhale here, and as you exhale, lift your forearm, right knee to nose. Look between your hands and lightly step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Pause in your crescent. Press off your back toes, find a lift. Take another inhale, and as you exhale, fly forward, airplane. Scoop your heart forward, almost like your collarbones are smiling. Bend into your bottom leg and lift your back heel. On your next inhale, reach your arms forward. Begin to step your left foot way to the back of your mat, but stay diagonal, reach forward. Tuck and knit your low ribs in. As you inhale, begin to pivot and sweep your arms around to the left. Bend your left knee, sit down, Skandasana. Flex your right toes up toward the sky. Squeeze your heels toward one another. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, pivot toward the back of your mat. Place your back knee down, and as you inhale, sweep your arms up over your head. Stick your tailbone a little bit back and lift your heart up. Squeeze your front heel to your back knee, and then keep lifting, lifting, lifting through your heart. Take one more inhale, and as you exhale, plant your hands, lift your back knee, and begin the journey back to the front of your mat. Rock back onto your front heel, come up onto your back toes, suction your straight leg up and back, downward dog. Inhale, ripple forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left leg lifts all the way up toward the sky. As you exhale, bend your left knee, open your left hip. Maybe your right forearm drops down. If it does, press firmly forward and down into your right forearm. Take another inhale. Exhale, lift your elbow, left knee to nose. Look between your hands, step lightly, left foot to left thumb. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Pause here and breathe. Press off your back toes. Settle it down. Take another inhale, and as you exhale, fly forward, airplane. Scoop your heart forward. Press firmly into your bottom leg. Breath in, breath out. As you inhale, reach your arms forward. Send your right leg back and step into your crescent, but keep the arms forward. Knit your low ribs in and really reach. As you inhale, sweep your arms around to the right, bend into your right knee, Skandasana, left toes up toward the sky. Squeeze heel to heel, breathe in, and breathe out. One more inhale. Exhale, pivot toward the back of your mat. Drop your back knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Stick your bum back and lift your heart high. Reach your arms up. Lift your heart up like it's inflating. And if you're going back, you're lifting up and over like there's an exercise ball behind you. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, hands come down. Journey back around to the front of your mat. Up on your back toes and front heel. Suction your straight leg back, down dog. Inhale, glide forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Breath in. Breath out. On your next inhale, come up to your tippy toes. Walk your feet in a little bit, and as you exhale, bend into your knees. You can take a few hops, or you can just bend and straighten. It's up to you. 3 to 5. If you get a hold, you pause, you press the ground away. You breathe. We meet at a fold at the top of our mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Good work, everybody. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, bend your knees. And as you exhale, come up onto your fingertips, your toe tips. Come up onto your tippy toes. Reach your fingertips forward. Come and sit all the way down, all the way down, all the way down onto your bum. Walk your feet out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl. Feel your low ribs really scooping and hollowing you out. When you get down to your back, hug your knees into your chest, big love. Gorgeous. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift your head and shoulders, extend your legs. Keep the toes spread. That's going to activate all the muscles in your legs. Reach your arms forward for 10. Hollow body, 9. 8, you got this. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees in. Whoo. Rock and roll up and back. We got the sun coming out today. Rock and roll up and back. And you know what to do. You plant your hands, you step, you float. Take your vinyasa. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth. As you inhale, float your right leg all the way up toward the sky. And as you exhale, begin to gently flip right toes behind you, right arm up and over. Slowly come back over, three-legged dog, and pull your right knee to your nose. Look between your hands and step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. As you exhale, hands to heart center, and then twist left elbow outside of your right knee. Press the heels of your palms into one another, scoop your heart forward. Lean your low ribs forward and underneath you as your top ribs go back. So it's actually the left ribs will go forward, the right ribs will go back. But technically the left ribs are on the bottom here. As you inhale, cartwheel open, warrior two. Exhale to settle in. As you inhale, flip your front palm. Exhale, reverse. Really stretch up and out of your right hip crease. Lean back, stretching through your right armpit. Begin to stretch your right leg to straight. Pivot and look down at your back foot. Right hand comes down, left hand comes up. Begin to turn both of your toes to the left side of your mat. Sink your right hip down into a nice little hip stretch. Allow your right shoulder to kind of slink up towards your right ear. You might even need to walk your right hand a little more forward and really press through your bottom foot like it's lengthening out laser beams. Beautiful. Take one more inhale. Enjoy this nice side body stretch. And as you exhale, circle your left arm back up and around, planting it, and reach right arm, right leg up, half moon. Scoop your heart forward. Spread your fingers and spread your toes. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, step your right foot all the way to the back of your mat, plant both of your hands. Drop your right heel to the right and lift your left knee up toward the sky, side plank. Option to place your left toes behind you, finding another wild thing. Scooping your heart towards the back of your mat. And then really planting into your bottom foot, coming back through your side plank and stepping your left foot where your left hand would be. Beautiful. Journey back around to the front of your mat, bend into your right knee. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. So we've made a full circle here, or like a full semicircle. So really lift. Maybe you take it a little up, a little back. Maybe you goalpost your arms. As you inhale, reach up. And now listen, as you exhale, plant both of your hands to frame your front foot. Rock back onto your front heel, and as you pull your right leg to three-legged dog, drop onto your forearms. So you're in three-legged forearm balance, three-legged dolphin. You can stay here, that's fine, or you bend into your bottom leg, take a little hop, or two, and you fly up into your pincher mayurasana. I told y'all it was going to be spicy today. Spread your toes, press through your elbows, squeeze your inner thighs together. Stag leg is easier to hold, so you can kind of find this little like half split with the legs. Take one more inhale, and wherever you are, exhale, left toes touch the ground, and pull your right knee to your nose. Tiger curl. Gorgeous. Inhale, right leg goes all the way back up to the sky. Bend into your right knee and drop your left forearm down. You have the option to come into a funky forearm, like a funky forearm wild thing. You'll dip your hips all the way down, and as you do that, you'll extend your left leg long, and then reach your right arm over your head, lift your hips up. If this does not feel good to you, don't do it, skip it. You could also be in child's pose. Slowly rebend. Right hand comes back in line with left. Lift your left elbow. And step your right leg next to your left. Inhale, glide forward, high plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Take 5 breaths in your downward facing, or 5 breaths in your child's pose. There's no right or wrong, right? So if you need to drop the knees and you want to come down, reconnect. I actually might do that. This is a really spicy flow. We don't call it SIZZLE for nothing. So just reconnect, come back to your intention. Come back to why you started practicing today. And if none of that feels like it's landing, just come back to your breath. Hear yourself breathe in. Hear yourself breathe out. As you inhale, round up all fours, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Long breath out. On your next inhale, come up to your tippy toes. Bend into your knees. Last chance for our hops. So you can take them or not. And if you take them, press the ground away. Fight for it. When you're done, we land at the top of our mat. Oops. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. You never know what you're gonna get with those hops. Even me. Inhale, chair pose. I'm still learning. Lift onto your heels, reach your hands forward. Slowly begin to sit all the way down. All the way down, all the way down. Walk your feet forward, inhale. Exhale, curl. This time we're not taking a break. Lift your legs, spread your toes. For 10, hollow body. 9, 8, you can do it, breathe. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hug your knees in, rock and roll. Up and back. Up and back, find your momentum, go with it. When you're ready, Vinyasa. Your way, no right, no wrong. Deep breath in when you get there. Long breath out. As you inhale, float your left leg all the way up toward the sky. As you exhale, bend your left knee and start to flip into your wild thing. Left toes behind you, reach your left arm forward. Slowly come on back over, three-legged dog. Knee to nose. Look between your hands, step your left foot to left thumb. Inhale, rise, crescent. Take a moment, inhale, breathe in. Exhale, hands through heart, twist to the left, right elbow outside of left knee. Work your hands into your heart center. And if you're breathing a little more choppy like I am, take the time to slow your breath. Your right bottom ribs will roll underneath you as your top shoulder rolls back. Lengthen your heel towards the back of your mat, lengthen the roof of your mouth towards the front. On your next inhale, windmill open, warrior two. Exhale to settle in. Inhale, flip your front palm. Exhale, reverse. Stretch through your front body. Contract through your right side. As you inhale, press your front leg to straight. Look down and pivot. Left hand comes down. Right arm up. Open twist. Turn both of your toes to the right and begin to sink your left hip underneath you. Coming in for this nice, juicy side body stretch. I like to walk my left hand a little out in front of me. And then really activate your bottom leg, like you're pressing it away from you. Allow your left shoulder to kind of drip upward towards your ear. Full stretch in your left side body. Breathe in and breathe out. Really enjoy this, kind of wiggle around. In a strong practice, these short, juicy moments really mean so much. Take another inhale, and as you exhale, press into your feet. Right arm goes over your right ear to the ground in front of you, half moon, left leg, left arm up. Beautiful. Spread your toes, spread your fingers like they're running away from your center line. The more active your limbs are, the lighter you'll feel. You might even pop up onto the right fingertips. Beautiful. Take another inhale here. And as you exhale, bend into your standing leg. Left hand comes down. Both hands come down. And pick your right knee up so that you come into your side plank. Right arm over your ear, spiking your right knee to the sky. And then step it behind you, wild thing. Beautiful, really opening up. Begin to plant into your left foot, really plant and bend to come back into your side plank, right knee up to the sky. Look where your right hand would go and step your right foot where your right hand would go. Beautiful, good work. Start to crawl around to the left. Inhale, rise to your crescent lunge. Pause in your crescent. Take a moment here. Lift through the heart. Maybe you begin to goal post your arms, stick your tailbone back, lift your heart up. Nice big opening stretch. Inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, listen, both hands come down to the mat, rock back onto your front heel. And as you send it up and back, both forearms drop to the ground, three-legged dolphin. You can stay here or take a little bend and hop. Maybe you come up into your Pincha Mayurasana. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Press down through elbows, lifting out of your shoulders. Toes are spread, breath is strong. Find focus. One more inhale. As you exhale, right toes come down. Elbows lift, knee to nose. Beautiful. And on your next inhale, send your left leg back and up. Open your hip, three-legged dog. You can stay here, or you could begin to bend into your right forearm, your right elbow, and place your right elbow on the ground. Remember, we're coming into our funky forearm wild thing. So you'll bend your knees generously, step your left tippy toe behind you, and kind of send your bum back. As you send your bum back, extend your right leg long, and then press into your right foot. Open up, forearm wild thing. Beautiful. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, come back around. Whoop. Lift your right forearm, knee to nose. Step it back. Down dog. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. From here, we inhale our right leg all the way up toward the sky. And as you exhale, right knee, right wrist, half pigeon. Send your left knee back. Inhale, maybe you reach your arms up over your head. And as you exhale, bow forward and fold. Well-deserved half pigeon. You put in the work today. This class was probably the spiciest class I have taught so far, so congratulations for showing up and putting forth your joyful effort. Each practice matters. We burn through things that we didn't even know were there. We never know who is going to show up, what version of ourselves is going to show up. I commend you for showing up to find out. Slowly start to walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Roll onto your right hip and swing your left leg up and over your right. And we're going to take, I'll turn towards you, we're going to take Gomukhasana, stretching of our outer hips. So the knees will stack on top one another. Sometimes they don't go all the way down, and that's okay. Find what works for you, flex your feet. Sometimes I like to lift up so that both of my sitting bones can plant down. You can grab the feet, inhale, lift, and maybe here is enough. Maybe you start to fold a little bit forward, walk your hands a little bit forward. You'll know you're doing it right if you feel a deep stretch in your outer right and left hip. And you're not a statue, remember you can move around. Breathe deeply, send your breath to all the sensations. Slowly come on back up, unravel, and send it back, downward facing. Left leg floats high, and as you exhale, left knee, left wrist, half pigeon. Right knee comes back, and then inhale, float your arms up. Exhale, bow forward and fold all the way down. Allow yourself this moment to just be with yourself. No expectations. Slowly walk your hands back up, roll onto your left hip, sweep your right leg over your left, I'll face you, and come in for Gomukhasana, or cow face pose. So you'll flex both of your feet. I like to lift up my bum and kind of squeeze my inner thighs together. That gives me a little bit of a better alignment. And then you'll inhale, sit tall. You can stay right here, or flirt with the idea of working yourself forward. And if you work yourself forward and your bum lifts way off the ground, think about plugging your sitting bones into the earth and kind of tilting your tailbone up towards the sky. That'll give you more length in your erector muscles in your spine. We're always trying to get longer, taller in our yoga practices. You'll have really good posture. That is a very real benefit of our yoga asana. Slowly come on back to the front of your mat. This time, just extend your legs out. Give them a little, like, run in place. Bend the knees. Whoosh. And then reach your arms out in front of you and slowly round and curl all the way down to your back. You can go slow if you want to keep it spicy, or you can just make your way there. For good measure, we'll take a bridge. Anchor your heels down, lift your hips. Snuggle your shoulders underneath you. I like to imagine I have a giant ball of energy in between my palms, and I face them towards one another, and I really spread the fingers wide as I press my elbows down. I feel like this helps me remember to enliven all of the parts of my body that might want to fall asleep when it gets closer to the end of our practice. From here, you're welcome to take it into your full wheel, or you're welcome to just stay in your bridge. If you're taking it into full wheel, hands underneath the shoulders, fingertips face the heels. Stick your bum back, engage your back, and press heels and palms into the earth. Take a moment here. Bend your knees, stick your bum back. Squeeze the muscles around your spine, and then press in. Finding a strong back bend and a safe back bend is more important than having it look pretty. I mean, I'm all for aesthetics, but safety first, friends. Come up onto your tippy toes. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, and roll down. Upper, middle, low back. Take your feet wide and gently place your knees over to the left. Bring them back through center, place them over to the right. Neutralizing your low spine, your sacrum. And then draw your knees in, grab the outer edges of your feet for a happy baby. Give yourself a nice, cute double chin, and send your tailbone towards the bottom of the mat. Pull your knees down and press your heels up. Big exhale. Slowly bring the soles of your feet back in to touch one another and let your knees drop out. Goalposting your arms, Supta Baddha Konasana. One of my favorite postures. It's such a free and open posture. It's just a badge of surrender. It's really such a symbol of surrender. We've done the work. We've opened our bodies. And now it's time to open our mind and our heart to what the practice has to offer us. We move so that we can be still, so that we can know our truth deeper. And I find that I've been drawn to this practice for years and years now, and my asana has evolved. And I can't quite figure out why I keep coming back, why this is so important in my life. And I think it's because I'm seeking, I'm looking for something, and I always have been. Even if it's on an internal level. And when we move like this and we breathe like this, sometimes we can discover things about ourselves and about our world that may not have been accessible before this. So if you're seeking, you're in the right place. Begin to extend your legs nice and long for our final pose. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I encourage you to stay here until you feel ready to get up. There is no rush. This is for you. One final breath in together. Open your mouth. Shavasana. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I hope you had a lot of fun in this spicy vinyasa practice. And if you like classes like this, please subscribe to my channel and share it with a friend so that we can get the word out and practice yoga together all the time. If you'd like to learn more or come on a yoga retreat with me or just dive deeper into your practice, check out the resources I have at my website at jrockyoga.com. And I'm also very active and would love to chat with you, connect with you on Instagram at jrockyoga. I'll see you next time.